welcome to my channel. This reading today is intended for the month ahead for the collective. We are entering into August 2026, and I have a specific intention today. So if this is finding you after August or at any time that this comes across your feed or your path, it is intended to help you explore what might be coming through, the messages that the physical body may need to focus on in the following 4 weeks. So I will follow the structure of the month ahead reading, which is 2 initial cards that show the present now energy that we're showing up in, crossing energy, which can be an invitation to work with an opportunity or a challenge that is for your discernment, and 4 cards that will focus on 4 questions to unfold over the next 4 weeks. This is complemented by a new offering that I have, and I will be exploring a little example of that with this spread. If you are looking for a companion to help integrate the messages, kind of to translate whatever comes through, I am writing now written reports. They're generated with a project through AI. So I will be using the transcript from this reading to create a written companion that can be referred to as you move through the next chapter. It will invite you to look at the original meanings and interpretations and keywords from the tarot cards, so that you can work with those in your own field and allow your intuition and the synchronicities that are playing out in your reality to speak to you in that way. So if you want to go deeper, then I would recommend that. The specific intention this reading is with the Good Health portal, the portal to good health. I have found through the past month that this has been the most selected portal by my clients that have come through and seen me. And so I can sense that there is a collective theme that I am clearly hearing for the first time in a long time. And so I feel it's my honor to notice those patterns first and foremost, but to go deeper and explore them further in this way. So let's get into it, I suppose. I will start with a shuffle and see what wants to be shared in the shuffle as I clear the deck, and welcome any messages to come through me in support of integrating this intention portal. Good health. When I was writing the article, there's a blog article that will be posted with this, I wanted to share a bunch of practitioners and rituals and practices that I have accumulated over my journey, and they still hold so much of my foundation in the physical area of my life. And I hope that this can be a bit of a standalone reading to come back to whenever we want to focus on this physical domain. I guess there is a call that I'm hearing to build resilience, to strengthen something in this area, whether it's to integrate a new practice, to return to something that you know works for you and your physical vessel. It may not be literal, it might be your car or your home or your finances. This feels like Pentacles energy, earth energy, tangible, physical field. And over the next few months, I will continue to unpack these domains of resilience that we work with in the HeartMath Institute, and is the foundation of coherence. They all come together to create a coherent experience. I feel the physical domain is likely the most tangible or reachable for us as humans. We're here having a physical experience, and as we move through the following months, we'll work with the other domains. And if one is depleted, we notice it in other domains. So, let's see what's coming up for the month ahead for the collective, as we intend to focus on the journey through the portal to good health. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Cups is the now energy, yes. 8 of Cups, crossing energy, the Emperor, the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Pentacles. Portal to good health. You can find a link to this in my bio link below if you wanted to download the intention portals to have this for your own reference. And these were created by Bali Mama, an artist and intuitive, and they reflect lessons that she has been through in her life, and they line up a little too coincidentally with the journey of the tarot, the hero's journey, for me not to acknowledge that we are all connected to a similar or the same pattern, this oversoul, this collective consciousness, this divine working through us and gifting us with this vessel in our lifetime. And we can draw on many different muses to see that pattern. So they are there for you if you want a copy. I'm going to read out the intention for us now. My intention is to connect with my intuitive knowing, to support my mind, body, and soul. I give myself the time and space to listen within. I focus on self-care and balance, and if needed, get outside support. And this aligns quite seamlessly with the Queen of Cups in the now energy, almost reinforcing that invitation. If you have been feeling it, here is your sign to focus on it this next 4 weeks. August is an intense energy in itself, Leo season. We have 2 eclipses this month ahead, which is being reminded to me through this 8 of Cups energy. And eclipses are a great time for us to look at what's underneath and see what change is being asked of us in quite a dramatic, no intense. It's quite a thorough portal when you have the opening and closing of an eclipse season. We also have Lionsgate portal opening this month, which is an invitation that I'll explore more in another reading in another session around the 8th of August. And it speaks to this infinite game, which is somewhat counterintuitive when you think about the physical vessel, because we only have one body, we only have this one life, and any of us who recognize the signs of aging or time passing will appreciate their body in new ways as chapters move on and as we move through our life and as we continue our journey. And so this may be a reminder to love the self, love the physical self in a new and deeper way this month. The Queen of Cups is known for her ability to wholeheartedly focus on her passions, her desire, the love for herself, her wishes, her dreams, her hopes, her ambitions, the way she feels, and the way she is connected to that path. It is a card of the heart, emotion, and feelings, and it's worth mentioning around those 4 domains of resilience that, the heart is the doorway, or the hierarchical trophy to spill over into those other domains, and the body keeps the score emotionally. If there's anything repressed or unacknowledged within the self, it will show up as an ailment or a symptom or a diagnosis or a challenge to explore. And so let us not be defined by those physical realms and the systems and the institutions that we find ourselves learning about these symptoms or ailments, or Dr. Google, or anything like that. It is more an invitation for us to explore the deeper meaning and connect with those synchronicities across all 4 domains. So that supports our intention with that Queen of Cups, and is almost advising us to not ignore this call if it is something that you've been noticing in your own realm. Perhaps I am merely the conduit for the pattern to be recognized. What we do with it is entirely up to the individual. I'm not a medical professional by any means, and this is all just intuitive advice for your own perusal. If you do need to seek help, the 5 of Pentacles here, then it is important that you do get that and bring yourself in to be treated and healed and taken care of. This seems to be pointing to an aspect of avoidance potentially, or just unconscious choice. There's now no excuse, I suppose I'm hearing. Crossing energy with the 8 of Cups is, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing to fix, there's nothing to cure. This is about vitality and going in the direction that is called of you to have the most full experience in this human body. The 8 of Cups is a card of walking away or walking towards your wish fulfillment. And the being in this card doesn't know that they are walking towards their wish fulfillment in the 9 of Cups. They just know that they are walking away from something that may not feel completely aligned. But the cups are not spilled over. There's no drama here. There's nothing wrong. This is about stepping towards and stepping into that cycle of change that is definitely available for you to leverage this month in August with those eclipses. There's only 2 cards in the tarot that show the full moon cycle like this, and it usually speaks to, you know, us entering this journey or taking the first step on this path and not really knowing where it's going or where we're going to end up, but knowing that it is the best next step, and to welcome that cycle of change. It can be completely different when you look back on this at the end of the month and listen to it, and maybe not as we expect, but venture forth, left foot, right foot, the body will follow. Take care of your vessel, pack strategically for this journey ahead, intentionally maybe. The red and the blue stream of water here speaking to the balance of masculine and feminine energy within this. So receiving the information and answering that call and taking action is what's required to bring forth this change and to step towards that wish fulfillment in the 9 of Cups. So let's look at the next 4 weeks. The structure of the reading, and this has been unconscious or subconscious to me for the last, I don't know how many years I've been doing this now, and I've started to bring it into form as I create these integration reports. But it follows a structure of chapters, of acts, of segments of the story that bring a message home in the return. This is the pattern of that hero's journey. You can look into that work with Joseph Campbell. I've got that linked on my website as well. But this is really the crux of how I translate or digest or process information that I'm receiving. I guess it is just something that I resonate with and always have. But I have learned how much this is a collective pattern, so I do feel that I'm connected to that collective language that helps bridge the outer and the inner, or the spiritual and the physical world. Otherwise, I don't know how these readings can make sense. It's just the way I do it. So I guess I'm speaking to the system or the structure, and that's this Emperor card. This is a message of that. It is a symbol of that patriarchal society, or the foundation at which we build from, very masculine energy. It's also the initiator of the zodiac with Aries energy, and it takes charge or takes lead or takes form. So that makes sense as to why that's coming through for me now. But I also want you to draw on your own experience, your own past, the systems that have worked for you, the movement that has worked for you, what has got you inspired or action orientated, or given you the motivation to move forward, whether it's quite literally going for a walk or some kind of physical activity, or setting up a new organizational system so that you don't find yourself losing things, or just dilly-dallying around. This is, it's kind of a call for discipline, but it's also those mountains in the background, and the mountains that we're going towards in this 8 of Cups. They speak to drawing on your own levels of experience, and also maybe mentors or practitioners or modalities that have worked for you in the past. And this is exactly what I'm sharing in the article, different kinds of practices, from all kinds of areas that have served my physical vessel well and helped me feel embodied like a boss in my body. It's a power card. Interesting. I felt that very strongly, my nose. So I want you to focus in the next week, if you're resonating with this reading, and I'm taking this advice for myself as well, to hear what the body is wanting you to focus on. Hear what the call is. Hear what is being asked of you to be able to upgrade your vessel with the next set of codes that we are receiving, the next wave of light that wants to be received in the body. The next detox will make way for that. It's cellular space for joy in the experience, mobility, flexibility, release to welcome more. And I guess there must be a segment around attachment or detachment, however that lands for you. What do we need to let go of, or what can we create a standing ritual, a rule, discipline? This is the way forward, and the body will speak to you to help you to inner stand where it's feeling like it could do with more support. And that's the first step, the first act, the first part of this is to accept that invitation, to hear that call and then take it and go, okay, I'm listening, I hear you, and this is what we will do. The next card being the Lovers, which is where I'm speaking around that conscious choice element. This is better come from a place of joy and inspiration and celebration of the body and how far you've traveled and what it has gifted you and given you, rather than to come from a place of lack or loss or diagnosis or fear or trauma. And not to say that that's not a piece of work in its own regard, but I really feel this intention this month is to hear what that path of least resistance is, to help you feel more alive in your body and to consciously choose to venture forward with it. Ask for guidance from your higher self, ask your mentors, ask of those who you deem to be experienced enough to provide you with enough clarifying information to say, yes, I will come into union with this practice. And yoga is coming to my mind because it is a union of mind, body and spirit, and it works on all of those elements, and it's a beautiful practice for working with multiple domains of resilience. And the hardest part is just getting to the mat. Once you're there, let your body guide you. Just listen, stretch, move, come into union with the information and feel it awaken something in you that is of a higher mind, a higher perspective, a higher purpose, to give you more strength, to invite more capacity as you integrate a new ritual. Okay, so the question I want to ask on this card is what's lying beneath. And it's interesting because I started to just feel there that noticed message around attachment is coming through again. And I wonder if this is inherited patterns, or even biologically it's, your DNA, your genes, the functionality of your vessel that, and it's the limitations. Thank you, Holy Toledo. I just felt that emotional shift. The Queen of Cups is a great archetype to come back to. If it's almost like you need to parent yourself, taking care of yourself, like the parent that you maybe never had, or that you are striving to be for your children, and this legacy of unconditional love for the self spills over into service to others. It's a conscious choice now to bring that back to yourself and to reprogram or rewire or remold the neuroplasticity, the Lovers being of dual mind, to get around some kind of limiting belief or pain in the heart that has helped you or caused you, or just over time you've noticed it's accumulated some toxic patterns or less than healthy or less than ideal practices that you are ready now to interrupt the program, to charge forward, to welcome fresh new energy, to feel that joie de vivre, when you wake up in the morning, that instinct in the gut, the messages kind of firing and being reached with clarity and just consciousness, awareness. And it's almost like your guides are, I'm hearing like a round of applause of that higher realm, just in celebration of the human that they are guiding, remembering who they are, and that we were given this body. We've come into this with our soul senses to feel fulfilled. So what is that's lying beneath anything that is holding you back from stepping forward? A question for you to ponder and for you to call in higher guidance and genuinely speak to your higher self, God, Source, Spirit, whoever it is that guiding voice in your head, and maybe ask for some soothing support around breaking any old programs that are unhealthy attachments or early conditioned childhood patterns or loss of love and past relationships, careers, versions of the self. I do definitely feel like there is a interruption coming that is going to shift the dynamic and give you more strength and power and physicality. You're almost going to feel yourself moving towards this wish fulfillment, like it's satiating something in the soul. It's a deep satisfaction that only you can feel, and only you'll be able to feel it when you are answering this call. I just got the visual feeling of diving into a pool, that state change of the body when it's really hot outside and you dive in and you feel yourself kind of enveloped by the water and gliding through it. It's wow, that was a good feeling. Okay, I guess I need to go for a swim. It's an immersion into the practice. So what is this Knight of Wands in the third act? A choosing of your response. How interesting. What is a caring choice rather than trying to correct something? It's got to be a compassion or a welcome interruption. The Knight of Wands being an interrupting energy, but it's got passion and strength and momentum. It's galloping forward. Again, the mountains in the background, the pyramids here, they speak to lifetimes of experience, whether you are lending this from your mentors or the practitioners or the modalities, or if this is something that you used to do when you were younger, or that you enjoyed when we were more childlike and innocent. The Knight of Wands is encouraging us to allow that interruption and change of state in our day-to-day experience. It's going to call for you this month to create a new ritual, a new practice, maybe just one thing for one moment of the day. I'm not sure how committed you are going to feel to this, or how risky it might feel for you to let go of something that isn't serving you in order to introduce a new cycle of growth or learning. Let me try and find an example. I mean, how many times or how much are you wasting your time in a non-physical state, like unconsciously scrolling on the phone or watching television, or spending time with people who drain you, or avoiding action in areas that can create great and lasting change. You're not alone. We're all working through this shift in our physical reality, and the Knight of Wands is a supportive energy to just say, fuck it, let's do it. Let's, if not now, when? If not you, then who? If not this body, then what? Like, this is the one. This is it. This is it. You're the one, Neo. And I want to speak a little bit to that hero and villain distinction when I step into this Five of Pentacles card, because this set of excuses, or this repetitive mentality of lack, I don't know, I'm almost like hearing all of the reasons why you wouldn't take this call or wouldn't answer this invitation from your higher self when you've felt it, you know it, like this has always been part of your path. Like, you know, there was a time where I was like, look, I just feel like I'm going to be a great tennis player, but I've never played tennis. Like, I think I should give it a shot. Turns out I wasn't a great tennis player, but I loved the feeling of interrupting the limiting belief with the not knowing, and just doing it, just trying it. It was a lot of fun. There was no risk involved. It did nothing but add value, and I stopped the victim program in its tracks the day that I tried it, the day that I gave it a shot. And it's not about being the best or having the most attractive or healthy or having all of your faculties. It's about appreciating and working with what you've got and this gift of life, and not taking for granted the ability that you do have in the physical domain. Building resilience around that takes courage, yes, but there is no risk in the reward. It is it's only going to bring you in from leaving yourself out in the cold. The attachment theory speaks around anxious, avoidant, and secure attachment styles, but I'm almost feeling like we're working with a disorganized type here, where it's so close to feeling yourself in a secure state more than half of the time, you know, statistically significantly secure, and yet there is something residual in this cellular realm that is holding on to those limiting beliefs, or the I can't do that, you know, or I was never good at that, or no, I don't like running. But maybe you've always wanted to be a runner. There's something hidden behind this that needs your conscious choice or your illuminated awareness in order to see it for what it is, and to see how you have been abandoning the self in some way. And I believe that's what we're walking away from now, so that you can step into this new baseline of acceptance and appreciation and coherence and gratitude, and never looking back to the time when you didn't love yourself this way. This is an important act. It's where you bring the wisdom home and really create that lasting change. It takes, what, 21 days to build a habit? I don't know. I think it takes less if you do it consistently, and if you come at it from the place of inspired action or motivation to create this change. And I just feel like you're picking up on an old intention or a previous intention. Maybe it's inherited strengths that's going to show you that you actually are better at this than you might originally think. Or, you know, when you just start that thing that you've been avoiding and it's never as difficult as we first thought, and it was likely more draining by avoiding it. Your cells are kind of screaming out for this upgrade. Yeah, so I guess that overall wisdom to bring home from this next 4 weeks is a flag in the sand moment, that we'll never go back to that lower state or that unconscious state of self. And you know, it's not about creating finality, you know. It's like, maybe you won't eat meat for the next month, and you'll see how you feel, and then at the end of the month you'll be like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. You can change your mind, whatever. It's just what your heart and your body and your mind and your soul are speaking to, what they need right now. I wanted to speak about this Seven of Pentacles before I wrap this up, because it's the Pentacles energy is what I feel this good health portal is really speaking to. It's that earth realm, it's that physical realm, it's reality, it's bringing it into the day-to-day, or being able to look back at the end of this month and see what you have created. Just seeing it as information. How do you feel? Are you tired from the extra effort? Are you more energized? Are you wanting to continue on this path? Are you going to take the lesson or the low-hanging fruit and move into the Eight of Pentacles and work in a new way? I truly believe that whoever is resonating with this reading, you're walking towards something that you've always wanted to arrive at, and it's less about the ritual. Do anything. Dance for 5 minutes a day. Breathe for 30 seconds before you walk into a room. Stretch every day before you go to work. Adjust something in your diet. Cut something out. Add something wholesome in. But commence with intention. And at the end of it, look back and see, weigh this up, see what you've created, and really discern how it feels. Nine of Cups. Yeah, it's going to feel like wish fulfillment. You might just very well surprise yourself, and maybe we're unaware how much we are in this lack mentality, to be able to use the body at even just 5% more capacity than we are at the start of this month. Well, that would be such a grand achievement. And I want you to celebrate it at the end of this month. Really document your success however you need to. Get a mantra that you can sing to your cells and invite this co-creation with your body to bring it all together, to help you overcome this limiting belief and to bring yourself in from the cold. And take that lesson into the next chapter, into the next month. There's going to be a lesson or something that you learn, or a breakthrough, or a low-hanging fruit that was always there, right in front of your mind's eye. And this month ahead, I feel you're going to feel it in the body, and invest in it even further in the month ahead. So that is all I wanted to share. I'll read this again. My intention is to connect with my intuitive knowing to support my mind, body, and soul. I will give myself the time and space to listen within. I focus on self-care and balance, and if needed, get outside support. Yes, and so it is. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an incredible breakthrough for this month ahead. Enjoy Leo season. I will meet you again in Virgo season for another month ahead reading. But in the meantime, I will be sharing the article with my recommendations, or my list of just my favorite practitioners and the modalities I keep coming back to after all these years. So there may be something for you to draw on from there, and I would love to hear what works for you and for whoever's listening, and if it's now or in a month ahead, it will be just as nourishing and wholesome to hear how this has been working through you and the collective. And I will be back for a week ahead reading between now and then as well. But I hope you have a great month, and thank you for joining me.